this works. I think this is going to work. Yes, it is. So, welcome to the Katie's Arms. This is a pub night, again, on the wrong night. So if you're like just rocking up, hello my loves, this is the wrong night for Katie's Arms. So you're not mad and I am here. So normally we're on Friday at 8 o'clock and I'm going early. So if you can't make it now, no worries. But if you can, well done. And grab a drink if you can. This is one actually that I was given. Look, cheers to the Katie's Arms by someone on the road. It's the whale caller. So if you're out there and you gave this to me at a show, please know that this went into store, as in the garage, and now I'm making my way through it. So welcome to everybody. If you're new here, you've got a beer, well done. Hi from California. Hi, Katie. Hello, my love. If you're here and you're new, or if you're here and you don't normally join us, or if you're wondering who this weird woman is with a wine glass, welcome to the pub. So Katie's Arms is our pub online. Cheers. Katie's Arms, we have our own logo and our own coat of arms, and we've been running this pub for about 4 years or so now. Once a week we meet in order to laugh at me or laugh at the madness, or I basically rant away and have a sort of self-therapy, and then people can either, get angry about what I'm saying or laugh at me or do something else if you're bored. Many of those things. But essentially, we sort of created this place where everyone can think what they want at a time when you were supposed to only think a certain way, which I'm guessing right now in the UK, quite frankly, we're getting to a point where I don't want to say that the Katie's Arms days are numbered, but it does have to be said, despite this being a pub and despite it's supposed to be entertainment and supposed to be sort of, elements of comedy, undoubtedly, at some point, some of this somewhere will get picked up and reported. I mean, it does already, obviously, it gets reported every single thing I do. But at some point, I'm going to have to contravene some regs on hate speech because, quite frankly, the regs are getting so big, no one can speak. But, balls to the wall, we're going to go down drinking and laughing, which I think is very much the way I would have gone down if it was the Titanic. If I was on the Titanic, quite frankly, I wouldn't have been buggering around trying to get into one of the lifeboats. No way. No way. Not with all the pushy men and all the posh people. I'd have been like, I don't even want to sit in a lifeboat with those twats. Can you imagine the sorts? It'd be the Guardian reading, the Guardian readers from Waitrose, wouldn't it? That made it into the lifeboats. The people that paid for first class. Yeah. And I would just be like, you know what? I'd rather die in the sea. I'd rather be cold and die immediately, like relatively quickly, than be on a lifeboat with any of those bastards, actually. And so I think I would marry myself either with the orchestra or I would go and find the wine store and just drink my way and then let it be over quickly. Oh, imagine paddling around on the open ocean with twats. Oh. So many things to talk about, actually. Bottle of wine in hand, laughing away. Good, don't conform. I'm not going to conform. Fuck that. I mean, I do think I'll probably end up in prison at some point, but also someone will come and visit me. You guys will. I know you will. It'll be perfect. Can I get wine in prison? I think the answer to that is no. You can get drugs, can't you? But probably not wine. Well, either which way, I should just have to take up drugs. And that's fine as well. I have things to talk to you about. Look at it. A whole notebook worth of things. What do you want to start with? Let me start with Gino D'Acampo. So I'm just hearing news, Gino D'Acampo is the next one. They're just like lining them up like bloody dominoes, aren't they? First it was what was he called from Strictly? Giovanni, wasn't it? And then it was Baldy Greg Wallace. Then it was Gokhan Perv. And now it's Gino D'Acampo they're coming for. All of the women are coming out going, well, he was quite inappropriate. Oh, he talked about his knob a lot. And evidently on some show or whatever, I don't know, they did that roadshow thing, didn't they, in a van, him and Gordon Ramsay. Oh, did I mention to you about Gordon Ramsay? Did I mention to you about Gordon Ramsay's Sword of Honour? Massive. Huge. That guy could pole vault without any additional equipment. Anyway, back to Gino D'Acampo. So Gino D'Acampo is now the next one in their targets. And because they were on set, and it was like a male thing, wasn't it? That whole van thing. There was Gordon with his knob. Then there was the French guy, wah, 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 mostly about knob gags. And then Gino, which I think was exclusively knob gags. So if you're producing a show which involves three men with, well, one of them has an enormous knob and the rest always have their knobs out, surely it's going to be some knob gags. And evidently Gino had some sort of melon or something, was eating, I've sort of embellished this a little bit, but you know, was eating a melon or some such, maybe without his hands, let's say. So let's just say Gino had his hand behind his back to eat this melon. So he was basically like... I'm not saying Gino did do this, obviously, because none of us want to get, you know, add to his problems right now. But my understanding of the situation is you've got Gordon Ramsay there, massive knob. Then you've got Gino over here with his hands behind his back, eating some melone. And when he's eating the melone, he compares it to, you know, female downstairs. And evidently, someone on a production company somewhere has just remembered that they were offended by that. I mean, please. I'm not saying I don't believe women. I'm not saying women shouldn't have the right to totally, like, you know, Al Fayed, you know, Epstein, freaking terrible men out there, predators. But, like, don't remember that perhaps you were offended by someone just like blah, 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 on a melon. Like, if you're watching a guy and he's being a bit of a cock, do what we do, which is like, go away, let him be a cock. And also, if you don't want to be around like blah, 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 gags, probably don't agree to be a production assistant or a runner or involved in the production of a show that's about three blokes being quite blokey. I'm just offering a suggestion. And also, God, what do we want? Do we want a world where there's no funny anymore? I mean, I'm not saying you just have to have knob gags, but what is it? What a world where people don't laugh. Piss off, you dry old frickin' half women. Ugh. So busy being angry in their ugly clothes. God, I went to a meeting the other day and there was one of them. Oh. And someone said something about a cock. I think it was me. And someone else in the room apologised to the dry old vag girl. She's probably only about 10, I don't know, 20 something. But, you know, oh, so serious. In an ill-fitting outfit. Oh. Is that what it means to be young? Christ. I remember when I was young, I wore barely any clothes with the purpose of having my arse hanging out most of the time in the hope that someone would grab it. When did women become so, oh, now I'm wearing oversized jeans and looking as ugly as I can? Oh. Look at me, if I could be any more ugly. I mean, could I be more ugly? I don't know, I could try. Fucking hell. Katie's drinking and angry. Just ugly young people. Fucking have a shower, put on some makeup. You know, I know you're young and I know you don't have all the wrinkles. You don't have 15 chins and a turkey neck that I have. But fucking hell, make an effort. You are blessed with the best skin and collagen that you're probably ever likely to have. Why are you monging around in a massive jean and oversized sweater, wearing a fucking Birkenstock with a sock? God, it doesn't make you cool. It doesn't make you cool to be as ugly as possible. Oh, you've got a Birkenstock with a sock. Oh, wow. Wow, it's up to your shin and then your trouser starts. Wow, you're so fucking edgy. Oh, why not just look hot and let me go, gosh, look at those great young people. Do you know what I mean? You do. I know you're supposed to look at them and go, they're so cool. They don't even need to try. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, young people, yes, you do. You do need to try a bit. Put a bit of fucking effort in. Wear something that fits your form. And stop acting like the world owes you a favour, because quite frankly, it doesn't. And don't do the opposite of that, which is the high legging. If you've come to any of my shows, you'll know this is not the subject we were talking about. Crocs with socks. It's all right if you're older or you're a nurse. If you're a nurse, I think that's completely fine. Bloody the high legging. They have these leggings, and they've pulled them up to right. Like, I don't have a body anyway, as I'm demonstrating. the legging is pulled up to here so that everything in your face is the foof. Why are they doing that? Walking around the town in a high legging like this. So that you're just looking at look at my foof in fawn. Did you see my foof? Did you get it right in your face? Look, I'll put it right in your face. This is what happens when I go off on one. Can I just get my foof? I'm just going to put it in some very, very stretchy pants. Some fawn stretchy pants. Then I'm going to walk around a town centre and then I'm going to tuck my top in really hard, really high, so that when you're walking past, your eyes are naturally going to go down to my foof. Like that. And then you're going to find yourself going, oh God, I just looked at her fanny. Oh God. And most of them are not very, that's fine because no one needs to see anyone's bits because they're your bits and they're no one else's business and no one should be looking at them. But when you present it like it's a trophy, look at my cream camel coloured fanny trophy, it's hard to not look. And then you do look and then you think, particularly if it's all very large in that department. Stop. Okay. Can't understand young people having Botox. I know. Or filler. Or then older people who have filler, so they... Okay, subject number 2. This is a little bit of a dodgy one, and I don't know if I've got the right vibe for it. Because it was Grenfell Tower. And I'm feeling like off the back of tan-coloured foof, I don't think it's an easy segue into the kind of seriousness we need about Grenfell, because some little mardy leftist twat will come on here, just clip the bit about Grenfell, and it will be very out of context. Do you know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is they're going to knock it down. And I just wanted to say in a moment of seriousness, they still say 72 people died. Just so I have it on record, and I keep saying it, I know, there were over 100 people that died that day. Everybody out, I was there, everybody outside knew it, everybody that was inside knew it, everybody that knew anyone that lived there knew it. Every single flat was sublet, every single room was divided and sublet. Grenfell Tower was one of the stopping points for illegals to come, organise themselves, find a place to live. It was well known on the Invisible Person Network. It's the reason it was so difficult for people to get out. It's the reason people were trapped, because there was so much subdivision, so much confusion. The idea that only 72 people died that day is one of the biggest lies that the establishment needs to protect. But I do think probably ripping it down is the right thing to do. Anyway, let's not do that. Can I just say something else? I was driving into town because I had to go to the dentist. A whole other story. And there was a sign by the side of the road lit up, and it said, hold on, let me think, car free, less stressed, bus is better by bus. That can't be right, that's really shit. Anyway, car free, that's right, car free is stress free, better by bus. I mean, I'm paying for that sign because that's a public sector sign, and it's done in lights by the side of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 7-lane road. I'm just saying, at that point, early in the morning, on a 7-lane road, 3, 3 and 1, I don't need a sign telling me a bus is great. I need to know information. I need to know, don't go here, or this lane is closed, or there's been an accident, or it's 30 miles an hour, or whatever the fucking speed limit is today that you've made up or just picked out of your arse, because the speed limits change more often than I change my underwear, and I don't actually wear any underwear, so that would be hard. But you see my point. Car free is stress free, better by bus. Don't be saying that. Next to 7 lanes of traffic. If I crash my car because you're telling me the car free is stress free, well, you may have proved your point, but it's not helping me right now. I don't need that superfluous information. B, it is not who wants to get on a peasant wagon, Buses are not great, especially in Kent. We concur. The bus smells. People need deodorant. What do you think of Trump's... Oh, we'll go to that. Stop buses moving freely. Oh, yes, LTNs, lower traffic network, isn't it? Where they put the fucking planters up so that only cyclists like Jeremy Vine can go through. It is not better by bus. It's never better by bus. I can't think of a single example of where anything is better by bus. Nothing. If the bus turns up, you're lucky. Most buses don't turn up, or they miss a bus because the driver didn't show up, or someone couldn't get on board, or something happened to the bus, or the bus broke down. So you're waiting like a twat. Here in the UK, it's perpetually either raining or grey or pissy or shite at this time of year. So you're waiting in the pissy grey, probably not wearing the right clothes, waiting for the bloody bus that hasn't turned up. Then the bus does turn up, and inside inside the window, oh, that's really got me. Hold on. Inside the windows of the bus is all water, which comes from people's crotches, I think. And then the bus is always the collection of the world's worst people. Now, I know that some of you will sometimes be on a bus, so clearly I'm not talking about us. But it's always the bastard kid that's bastard noisy with the mum that's like, no, Shania, stop licking the lady, no, Shania. Who doesn't give a shit. People on their phones like absolute tards. Right, just like mums on their phones while the kid's like, it really pisses me off. Then there's all the people who don't know how to wash, so you can just smell armpits or like maybe crotch, maybe piss. And it's just evaporating slowly and gathering on the windows to drip on people. And then there's a new category of person, and these people really piss me off. These are carers, I believe, agency workers. Call me, what ist would that be? Agency-ist. Agency workers with their, I don't want to say, because you're not allowed to say retard, are you? But whoever they're with, who's obviously, has some issues, mental disabilities, physical disabilities, mental and physical disabilities, whatever, someone who just has been thrown to the system. So you've got an agency carer who doesn't give a shit. And they've worked out this system, right? No one's talking about it because it's not politically correct to talk about it, but it's absolutely happening. Carers get their little, person who's not really with it and put them on the bus. And that's what they're doing. They just sit on the bus. Because the person they're supposed to look after is safe. They're on a bus. They're going out and about. So they can say, oh, we went on a little bus ride, didn't we, Derek? Yes. Oh, we went on a bus to the beach, didn't we, Derek? Yes. Whereas the truth is they just put them on the freaking bus. They don't get off the bus so they can look on their phone. So you've got the, person who struggles with some learning or other issues, or whatever, agency worker not giving a shit because they're on their Facebook or whatever. And that's a system. Someone needs to say it. Someone needs to be tracking these agency workers, and someone needs to be saying that is not how you care for a person with additional needs, additional learning requirements. It's not just to put them on a bus all day. If I had, I probably do have special learning requirements, honestly. We know that I'm a spaz. If I was being cared for, I don't want to be on a bus all day. In fact, I don't want to be on a bus at all. Okay, good. Next thing. Are we back on Kate Carraway? No, but do you know what? I never do podcasts, right? I think the age of podcasts is over. I don't even think there was ever an age of podcasts. And I think only a handful of actually good podcasts could, and should remain. I think most podcasts are just dickheads who just like speaking. You could level that charge at me. I hear you. I did a podcast the other day, and this guy obviously just wanted to pick bad things. Like, I know there's bad things you can say about me, but he just picked out stuff from a decade ago, like a tweet from a decade ago. And then he said, and I saw you with a glass of wine and you were being terribly unkind about Kate Garraway. And I was like, oh, that'll be Katie's Arms. That'll be the pub. And he was like, well, you had a glass of wine and you were being very, very unkind about Kate Garraway. So I launched into my Dead Derek rant. Dead Derek. She's probably going to thaw him out sometime soon, isn't she? What's she hosting? Someone told me Celebrity Bake Off. That's right. She'll get him out the freezer. She'll put her scones in. She's like, right, the scones are in. I've got 10 minutes. I'm going to go and get Dead Derek out the freezer. She'll get him out. Knock over someone else's cheesecake. Oh, okay. I know. We've talked about vaginas. We've talked about Dead Derek in the freezer. We've talked about Grenfell. We've talked about, what's he called? Gino Di Campo, right? Here we go. I would now like to talk about Jean-Jacques Rousseau and the social contract. This is a small pamphlet, created, I believe, in 1700 and something, by a gentleman called Jean-Jacques Rousseau. And it was regarding the notion of the social contract, which was an idea about how democracy could function in a society. And not only do I have the initial edition, I have the supplementary edition, because behind this very, very funny woman is a very intelligent lady. And I have marked for you the paragraph that I would like to share. You will notice that I've marked it with this. This is the American Constitution, the greatest single document ever written. Yeah. This means that your life, your liberty, and your freedoms will always be respected. And those freedoms have been God-given. Yeah. I bloody love it. I sleep with this. I have this with me at all times. I never leave it. It's more important to me than my passport. Regardless, let me read you this. You might be asking, where is this all headed, Katie? This is all headed to Keir Starmer cancelling elections. Right. Here we go. So this is the idea about democracy before it even started, before the idea of government, before the idea of everything. Let us draw up the whole account in terms of easily commensurables. What man loses by the social contract is his natural liberty and an unlimited right to everything he tries to get and succeeds in getting. What he gains in civil liberty is the proprietorship of all he possesses. So Jean-Jacques Rousseau, way back when, was talking about this idea of democracy, that you give up your natural liberties in exchange for civil liberties, i.e. being able to own stuff and no one take it from you, being able to have your life and no one take it from you, but that in exchange for your vote, you gave up your liberties. So if Keir Starmer is taking away people's right to vote, why would you give up your natural liberties in exchange for civil liberties when you're not getting those civil liberties? So if you live in a council area where the vote has been cancelled, you don't have to pay your council tax because the exchange mechanism of the social contract has not been met. I know. Let's go back to talking about cock. Okay. We'll do more on that in a more sensible time. I just wanted to... Is this a Thursday's Katie's Arms? Or am I going nuts? No, you're not. I'm like a sexy secretary. Am I? It's the glasses, isn't it? It's the glasses. And it's because I have a pen. Look, do you think I'm going to take notes? If you were my boss and you were telling me things, I'd be like pretending to write, but actually I'd be writing, fuck you, twatted. Or my shopping list, whilst I pretend, oh yeah, yes, Simon. Oh, that's interesting. Yes. Okay, I'll put that in the diary. Absolutely. But I'd just be doing what I fancied. I'd just be drawing a little picture. I'd be shit. I can't organise anything, honestly. All I can do is this. So what else do we need to talk about? Yes, the National Farmers Union, right? The earrings, I know, aren't they terrific? So if you're coming on Katie's Arms tour, which is going to be friggin' epic. Everything is sold out 85 times over. We're booking extra nights anywhere we can. You guys are beyond. I can't go there because I'll get emotional, but I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. But these, so if you're coming to Lincoln, that is very good news. And if you happen to have cash, that is very good news. And if you happen to have some spare, excellent news. Come to Lincoln. And there is a lady there with a shop. I want to say Daniela. Oh, I know. She takes cash. That's all I'm saying. So let me just say, this is a great story too. National Farmers Union in Scotland, right? So they had some sort of meeting, but it was their first diversity. I don't know what that's about. I'm not epileptic. It reminds me of Four Lions, where they said that they could deceive the facial recognition software by doing this. Brother Faisal. Do you ever feel like doing that when you're going into one of those fucking Sadiq twatting nipple height twat? When you go to the ULEZ zone, just be good if you could get your card to do it. National Farmers Union in Scotland had a diversity, fucking whatever, equality, and oh God, I don't know. I'm a trans lesbian drinking soy latte and I'm allergic to nuts. I mean, whatever these people are, whatever, who cares? They had a meeting and it found out that farmers may be a bit male-oriented. Well, bugger me sideways, Brenda, you don't say. Farmers may be a bit male. Yes, well, maybe that's because they have to get up at 5 a.m. They have to bloody clean their teeth with barbed wire and they have to get animals to come out the arse end of other animals. Maybe it helps to be a bit male. And also with the shit farmers having to undergo, thanks to the people I won't mention in government, maybe it helps if they have a bit of a laugh. Evidently, one of the National Farmers Union jokes said, the only thing that's good about Nicola Sturgeon is her legs. I don't take issue with the gag. I'm fine with the gag. Whatever gets you farmers through the day, I'm here for it. You can take the piss out of me, take the piss out of my nose, my chins, whatever you want, my tiny boobs. But someone thought Nicola Sturgeon had good legs. That's the bit I'm concerned about. I mean, what sort of cattle is that farmer breeding if he thinks Nicola Sturgeon has good legs? She's literally got no legs. It's just a head on a pair of... being a lesbian. I mean, I'm just worried. Like, is that farmer, if he's got cows, are the cows like that? And just ginger with no legs. All I'm saying is, maybe he's got eyesight problems. If you think Nicola Sturgeon's got good legs, fucking hell. But yeah, support the farmers all the way. And please know that behind this person, I'm out there. I'm out there trying to help Tommy. I'm out there trying to help, the guys that are being got. So there's some work going on behind the scenes. But meanwhile, we all have to get ourselves through this, and we're going to by keeping each other going, by meeting up on the road, by remembering that great people are still out there, and there's lots of us out there, and there's lots of us who are beyond the point now of ever being told what to do because we're so over it, and we won't be going anywhere. And there's more of us. There's more of us. So do remember that. How is Tommy? It's rough, man. They can't kill him directly. They can't just open his cell door and let someone go in and kill him because there would be a riot. There will be riots. So the idea is to, I think, persecute him to the point that he cannot survive it or is sufficiently broken when he comes out that he will never return to prison. Either way, I'm on it. So, my friends, thank you for joining me a day early. Thank you if you're watching this on catch up. And do remember, the more people we bring, this is your Instagram, this is your thing, and all we're trying to do is make it through another day, which I think we're doing very well, actually. Thank you to everybody as well that stops and just shouts. Go on, Katie. All the people that come up to me without warning and go, bash it bonkers Britain. Fucking hell. Someone did that the other day and I was I was thinking about something else. I was miles away and they came up and they went, bash it bonkers Britain, but right in my face. And I was like, fuck. But thank you. Thank you. It's very kind of you. And never apologise if you come and say hi or whatever, because I think it's actually such a gift that people will come up to you and just talk to you. Agree, disagree, whatever. It's a gift to have people that will just chat. I'm very lucky and I know that. So thank you very much. I'll see you on the road. I'm on the road this weekend. I'm performing, as some of you will know, on Saturday night. And so that's why we're going a day early. But well done to our American friends. You give us hope. Well done to all the British people hanging in there and all around the world. You just hang in there and I'll see you again, hopefully at the right time next week.